This is the Wally Show video podcast. It's something we do for our potty people. What up? Because we're not doing a normal show this week because Way FM is the station that we are on typically, and they are doing their pledge drive right now. We're doing the pledge drive with them, and we are trying to raise the funds we need for that ministry. And if you want to be part of that, wayfm.com/donate is an easy way to do that. So if you like the podcast that we do every day and you want to support it because maybe it helps you benefit from it, it'd be cool if you invest back in it. So here is your video podcast for the day because we don't have a normal audio thing for the show. Somebody emailed me yesterday and said, you name it video podcast, but they can still take the audio version of it. They're like, you should rename it. I'm like, I don't want to ask Katie to have to do that. That's a lot of work for
Too much work.
Yeah, just video podcast. We'll cover it. And it's video and audio. Okay, you can have both, however you want it.
Yeah, so if you're listening to the regular audio, if you go to allwally.com, you can see the video.
Yeah, how cool is that? Look at this, and I'll smile. Ooh. Yeah.
And you can also get it in audio.
Yes, exactly. I prefer the audio. All right, so what do you got? What's going on around the world and just in life in general, Katie Rose?
Well, if people are planning to make that big trip to D.C., they've sort of missed part of it. The White House canceled all the tours indefinitely.
What? Oh, at the White House? Why?
Yeah. Well, they had some budget cuts, and so they cut back some of their security. With the lack of security, they're not letting anyone else in.
Because my daughter's going to D.C. like in 2 weeks, and I guess they're not going to the White House.
No tours of the White House anymore.
What a drag. I mean,
know.
like when you go to D.C., you have to do the Air and Space Museum and all the Smithsonian. Have you guys been to D.C.? Like, did you go?
I really want
love
to.
D.C.
Yeah, did you go like the Air and Space Museum?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
It's
it's
like
free.
nothing but facts.
Yes, but as a guy, it's the best thing ever. I even like the Museum of Natural History and the American History one. Like those are
Also
really cool.
free.
I saw Fonzie's jacket.
He
in
knows
one
the
of them.
price of every museum.
Yeah,
I
because
love
they're
it.
free. I mean, that's the beauty of them. You literally can spend all day in one Smithsonian because it's a building like it's like 9 buildings. I don't know. They're all over the thing. Watch National Treasure. I'm sure you'll see. So okay, so they've canceled those just due to budget cuts.
Yeah.
Wow, is that horrible sequester thing? This is
That's
the
part
beginning.
of it.
This is the beginning of the end. Oh no, we have White House tours canceled. What's gonna happen next? We're all gonna die.
There's a big flap about all that because apparently someone sent a memo around saying, hey, make sure the cuts you make hold true to the promise that it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And so they're cutting things, it seems, that like people will be pained by, like White House tours.
Yeah, okay, not me personally, but all right.
Right.
Hey, I want to go hang out with people I don't agree with. That's a great idea. I'd love
I could
to
go
do
to a
that.
family reunion.
Yeah, exactly. Or come to work. All right, what else is going on?
The other thing sounds like a really, really cheap, scary movie, but they're saying that, according to experts, there's a swarm of giant mosquitoes that's about to invade Florida this summer.
How big is giant?
20 times larger than regular mosquitoes.
That seems kind of big. I know a regular mosquito is small, but 20 times a size of a regular mosquito seems like a bird. Are they sure they're not birds?
They said that there was some tropical flooding, and it led to this mass hatching of these giant mosquitoes.
Was it tropical flooding at a nuclear plant? Like did Peter Parker somehow show up in this and like there's a radioactive spider thing? I'd be like, what is going on?
So Florida, get your DEET out.
Oh my goodness. Or just honestly, all you need to do is have another one of those really sweet airbrush t-shirts, like the sleeveless kind.
They can't get through that mesh.
No, you're kidding me? Totally repellent. It repels women. It should work on mosquitoes, right?
Okay, so would you call yourself a mama's boy?
Oh boy, that's tough. Huh? I don't know.
Zach?
No, I don't think I would.
Would I call Wally a mama's boy? Why, yes.
Well, yes, I would.
Would you call yourself a mama's boy?
I wouldn't, but I like my mom a lot.
Yeah, it's nothing against my
Yeah.
mom. I'm just not. I was never that. I have to call my mom every day and like seek advice and approval and all that kind of stuff. Probably because I know I wouldn't get it.
Well, welcome to the blue collar then.
Oh, really?
They said that 2 out of 3 CEOs, surgeons, and executives said that they were mama's
Oh,
boys.
nuts. Why do successful people say that? Crud, I'm doomed.
20% of people that work in like working class jobs, blue collar jobs, say they weren't. weren't.
Yeah, you know why? Because you had to work for a living. You weren't coddled. You weren't like babied by your mom. She didn't do everything for you, you dumb CEO. Take that. I worked for a living. Look at these hands. Bad example. They're not very callous. We need somebody here that
You have thimbles
works.
to protect from that.
Yeah, we need somebody that works for a living, so I can just hold their hand up in front of the computer, the camera there. Really, that's interesting. It is interesting. Yeah, I was very independent.
My brother's a mama's boy. You think he got
Is he?
farther?
I broke my mom's heart when I was a teenager, man. I've always been very independent, and this is their
Still
fault.
probably breaking your mom's heart.
Yeah, literally. They raised me to be independent. They raised me to, kind of be my own person.
Stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been working since I was like 8 years old. Like, I would work every summer with my dad, and like, I was taught to have a good work ethic. So when I hit 15, I came up with a way that when I turned 16, I could move out of the house, and I could pay my bills. I worked at a surf shop, sweet job, had a Trans Am. Life was good. Had a Trans Am and a mullet. It doesn't get better than
That you
that.
had to leave running because it wouldn't start.
Yes. Yeah, I had a bad alternator. Couldn't afford that. But I had an extra battery, so I would jump my own car off if I ever had to turn it off. And I worked it
had
out.
to turn it off.
Yeah. So I worked it out. I worked out the problem. But I told her I wanted to move out, and I laid out how I could do it and all the finances and stuff like that. And she kind of took it under consideration because she's a great mom. My mom is an awesome woman, and she took it under consideration. But like years later, I found out that I really hurt her feelings.
Yeah, you want to leave.
I know, but again, it wasn't anything personal. It was just that I needed my space. I just needed to fly. I was a bird. Like, let me have my wings and fly. Speaking of birds, I hear there's like giant mosquitoes. Little callback for you.
Weird. Last thing is they said the average tax return is going to be $2,800 this year.
Really?
I know.
That's good.
I know.
Zach, are you having to pay taxes this
I
year?
am.
Sucker.
Yeah.
I already got mine back. That
Did
was
you really?
fast.
Well, it doesn't take long to mail $1.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Did you get a refund?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't big.
Okay,
but,
that's good.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
That's cool. I got a little refund.
They were actually looking, though, at how people were spending it. They said, and out of the people who are going to spend it when they get it back, they said 30% of people are doing it on like everyday expenses, 23% on vacation, 22% to pay off debt, 16% on clothes, shoes, and accessories. Guessing that's you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. 15% on like iPad, TV, electronics.
It's funny because I got like a good refund back because I lost so much money on my house. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous
It's
how
the
much money I
only
lost.
perk you got on
Yeah,
that.
that was the only bright side in that. So I got like a nice refund back, but it was one of those things where before that I had all these dreams of what I would do with it, but I got it back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to save it. Like I could have put some of it towards a car or something like that, but then I'm like, well, no, what if I just use a little bit of it and fix the existing car? And I got very frugal all of a sudden. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just save it. And so I'm not gonna go crazy. I think I'm gonna sock it away for a day when I get fired. So that happens a lot.
We're all trying to save for that.
Yeah, you guys should. Quite
Impending
honestly.
doom.
Well, there you go. That is your video podcast for the day. And again, we are doing this because we are in our pledge drive with Way FM. So if you'd like to help out Way FM and you like what we do and you like having things like the video podcast and all that good stuff, you can go to wayfm.com/donate.